bring in the business, man. Got a topic for you.
What's up, bro?
So, we all know who the GOAT is, man, of NBA basketball.
Yeah, we know.
We know who the GOAT is, man.
know who it
MJ,
is.
man. Y'all go on with all that Bron stuff and all that.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
get to that another day.
Right.
But, okay, not only the GOAT of basketball, right, or the NBA, but obviously if he's the GOAT of NBA, he has to be the GOAT of where he played.
Right.
Right? So no question, Michael Jordan, best basketball player to play here for the Chicago Bulls. Right?
Correct.
Who number two? Who's the second best basketball player? And I guess that's a twofold question because it's like, who's the best? Who's the most accomplished? Who's the most? I mean, it's a lot of ways you could kind of twist this question, man.
So basketball player.
All right, who got the most game? Not from Chicago, but played here in Chicago. But after Michael Jordan, which NBA player got the most game that had put on a Bulls uniform?
After Mike?
After Mike. We already know it's Mike. After Mike, who got the most game out of a basketball player to put a Bulls uniform on?
I mean, so if you want to judge it, like, I mean, of course people are going to say Scotty, but he played with Mike. Well, of course people are going to probably say Scotty because Mike probably wouldn't have won those chips without Scotty. Scotty was a hell of a player. Defensively, he was a hell of a player. Can score the ball.
Run the offense. Rebound the ball.
I mean, I think he is the original point forward. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of somebody else before him that actually, with that height, that actually ran the offense. You know, I mean, unless you want to say Magic. But Magic don't have a defense. You know what I'm saying? That Scotty had.
And Magic played the point guard.
Yeah, right, and Magic played the point.
Listed as a point guard.
Right. So, I mean, people would probably say Scotty.
Are we saying Scotty due to the accomplishment or game? Because you know what? Only thing that we got with Rose to go against Scotty's accomplishments is the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got the MVP,
Right.
and he made first team one time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Scotty, 6 chips. You know what I'm saying? No major award like an MVP or a Defensive Player of the Year, but multiple defensive teams, multiple All-Star, multiple All-NBAs, stuff like that. Obviously, we all know that Rose got robbed, you know, due to the injuries or whatever. But, like, so it's unfair to add in the accolades and stuff like that
Right.
to answer this question.
But
So
just
when
the
it
most
comes
game,
to, who got game?
I mean, once again, I guess you're probably going to have to go with Rose. As having the most game. I mean, even though Scotty was a hell of a player, but like you're saying, we're going to go with Scotty's because we factor in all of the accolades and stuff like that. But if you're going to go with the most game other than Mike that had put on a Bulls uniform, you got to go with D-Rose. Who else? Who else? Think of anybody else that you could say other than Mike.
See, going back, right? Let me look at somebody. I mean, I'm not saying this, but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Of another great Bulls player, Jerry Sloan.
Okay.
Right? Obviously, we didn't see Jerry Sloan. That was before our time.
I can't tell you.
But
none
just
of
to
that.
read up, nah, I'll take it back. I just knew he was a great here, but 2-time All-Star, 4-time All-Defensive First Team, 2-time All-Defensive Second Team, retired by the Bulls. Nah, he out of there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It boils down to it boils down to Scotty and Rose. Now, when it boils down to them, though, now, how much of the, everything are we going to factor in? Because does Scotty's defensive side of the ball tilt the scale as far as having game? Because one thing that I liked about Scotty and that I commend Scotty had locked down the whole side of a field, or whole side of a court.
Right.
Whole side of the court locked down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Scotty allowed Mike to, even though Mike, hell of a tenacious defender, could run point if you needed him to, could rebound if he needed to. We all remember that stretch when they played him at point guard. He averaged a triple-double over 10, 11 games or something. He went crazy. But with Scotty doing everything that he was able to do, that allowed Mike to focus mostly on scoring.
Right.
Even though he did other things.
Yeah.
But now I could just kill y'all offensively. So Scotty I think Scotty was a lot better than people give him credit for.
I don't see why people don't give him credit. The only reason they don't give him credit because he played alongside Mike. And so the argument that I would say, well, I would give it to Rose is Rose never had a Scotty with him. So from day one, Rose had to be the man. Luol Deng was no Scotty. Carlos Boozer was no Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Who else did he have? You know what I'm saying? He had complementary pieces. You know, like I said, they constructed a hell of a team. But who was his Robin for him being Batman? You know what I'm saying? Who?
But if we talking about Scotty and Rose, who was Rose's Batman?
No,
So
Rose
basically-
was Batman.
I know. So I'm saying he was forced into a Batman role.
Right.
Well, Scotty wasn't necessarily forced into a Batman role.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty was able to play a Robin role. But so do you think if you take Scotty off that Bulls team and you put an average player there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you put Rose at point guard,
Mm-hmm.
Mike gets 6?
Oh, hell yeah. With Rose?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Fuck yeah.
And I don't want to disagree with you, but I think Scotty's skill set fit what Mike and what the Bulls needed.
I mean, and I agree with you. But the talent of Rose, you're not going to tell me that with that much talent, and the crazy thing is, and Rose will tell you this, and whenever we do get him on the show, he'll tell you this, that Rose has always been a willing passer. He was always forced into being a scorer. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he don't know how to pass the ball, you know what I'm saying, and always want to score 25, 30 points a game. You know, yeah, not a defensive side of it, but I can't even say that because, I mean, if you go back to Rose when he was younger, before injury, he played defense. He slid them feet. He would block shots. He run a passing lane. He did those things. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's on the same level of defender as Scotty is. No. Well, my argument is only the question that you posed was, will Mike be able to win with Rose? I believe so.
So is Rose better or equal, better, worse, whatever, of a playmaker as far as getting other people involved as Scotty? Because we got to look at everything Scotty brought to the table, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to look at everything Scotty brought to the table.
Yeah.
Like, I think Scotty's best year scoring was like 22 points, somewhere like that. He played defense, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, it shut down half and could guard multiple positions defensively. And I'm going to run the offense and get everybody involved.
Right.
So, like, we have to really factor in everything Scottie Pippen brought to the table.
Yeah. I mean, man, it's hard, though.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It's tough because, I mean, my heart say Rose, but when you factor in everything, you kind of have to go with Scotty.
I don't know if you have to. I don't know. When we had our production meeting, ever since our production meeting and we going over this, I'm flip-flopping.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with it.
And I'm going to tell you why I'm flip-flopping. Actual game and seeing what everybody can do, I want to say Scottie Pippen. But from a special standpoint, Rose was special.
Yeah.
I don't know. Scottie was special, don't get me wrong, but
nah, he was special.
Rose was special.
Yeah, he was special.
Like jaw-dropping special.
Yeah, he was special.
Scottie was just like, damn, he come. You know what I'm saying? It was a different type of special. I was thinking about something the other day with Rose, right? The basketball gods, they cheated him. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
Let me hear this.
I'm gonna tell you why the basketball guys cheated Derrick Rose.
I'm agree with him regardless, because
I'm gonna tell you why they cheated him.
Go ahead.
Derrick got hurt. What, third year? Yeah, third. He got hurt his fourth year.
You talking about as far as the ACL?
Because his rookie year he averaged like 16 points. The next year he averaged like 21. The third year he won MVP at 25.
And then
next year he got hurt
in the playoffs. Yeah,
in the playoffs, right?
In the playoffs, yeah.
So that's 4 years in for a young kid.
Yeah.
Right, a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
So we look at, like for instance, look at my favorite player currently playing, Westbrook. Mm-hmm. And people say like, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, man, if he don't stop jumping like that, or if he don't stop doing that, he gonna hurt himself. Mm-hmm. They saying that about Ja now.
Yeah.
Man, if you don't, you can't come down like that, man. You can't do that. Ooh. I still think it's early for Ja or whatever, but people saying that, right? I think Rose was supposed to have 5 to 7 years of being able to be that herky-jerky guy.
Yeah.
Because that was his advantage. Like, the basketball guys robbed him of his advantage. Like, I see if 10 years into his career he's still doing that, and they can say, man, you're going to get hurt doing that.
Right.
He was supposed to be able to do that at them young years.
Yeah. I agree with you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he was supposed to get some years of that reckless jumping and just twerking his body in the air and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to get some years of killing motherfuckers like that.
Yeah. And
they robbed him of being able to show that freakish shit at that age. What? Russ didn't get robbed.
I know. Because
Russ was doing the same, you know what I'm saying, twerking and coming down on his shit or whatever. But the guys let him play through, you know what I'm saying, let him play them years before an injury come. And the only injury comes is when Patrick Beverly hit his knee.
Right.
But other than that, they allowed him to do that. I'm trying to think of what other players that was herky-jerky like that?
Kemba Walker. He just wasn't.
He wasn't a high flyer. Right, he wasn't as explosive.
He wasn't a high flyer, but yeah.
So that's what I say. The basketball guys robbed him, man. They didn't let him get some years of that shit.
Yeah, you supposed to at least get him, like you said, 7, 8 years, like when
then
he
you
get kind of his prime.
Look at Mike.
Yeah.
Mike did all that high flying. Then what? Damn near 7, 8 years in. No, damn near 10, but 7, 8 years in, he changed it.
Right.
To the fadeaway.
Mm-hmm. He had to change his game because he's getting older. So
they didn't let Rose get to the point of having to change his game, G.
He had to change it. He had to change it.
Yeah, but he had to change it too early.
Yeah, you're right. He had to change it too early. Because when he first came back, he was trying to prove to people I can still jump, I can still do that. You know what I'm saying? And I like I tell people right now, people are fools if you feel like this man can't dunk right now. Now, he choose not to dunk. But it's people who had ACLs. Zach LaVine had ACL. He could still jump out the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's still people who had ACLs or even torn meniscus and still could jump out the gym.
You know what I think the problem is? Not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was the ACL. I think it was the back-to-back.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying? I think if he'd have came back from the ACL and didn't have no other, the next year he hurt the other knee.
Yeah, he had the meniscus. Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Like, okay, I could come back from this ACL. Now this knee tear. Mm-hmm. And then I get ankles. You know what I'm saying? Remember he had a lot of...
Yeah, he had the little ankles and stuff like that, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, but I think that he has changed his game so it won't get so much wear and tear on his body. Not that people say he can't do it anymore. Now, of course, he's not the same player, and I'm not even about to try to say that he's the same player. But I just think it's foolish for people to think that he can't do certain things.
Can he still play?
Oh, absolutely. We'll see this year in Memphis. We'll see this year in Memphis.
Because
mark my words.
I asked that question because, like, he over there with Tibbs, who was his man's, and he buried on the bench. So is he buried because it's over with?
Nope. That was Tibbs trying to save his job. That's it. I think ownership wanted them young boys out there. They was trying to do the defensive stuff. and that's what it was about. They still had, I mean, Jalen Brunson, don't get me wrong, phenomenal player. Ain't nothing I can say bad about him. But I still think with Rose, if I believe they played together, it would have been a hell of a season. But yes, lacking a little defense, Rose is because of like, you know, the injury stuff like that, yes. But if you play good team defense, it's a lot of people in the league don't play good defense. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to tell me every product you put out there is good defensive players? No. When you play good team defense, though, yeah, you can have that one person, you know what I'm saying, who, and I'm not saying like he a complete bum on defense, but you can have that one person who ain't no fucking defensive specialist.
Golden State do it with Steph.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, mark my words, you'll see in Memphis this year. He gonna come out, he gonna ball.
Cause I'm wondering, is he gonna even play?
Yeah, he gonna play. For sure, he gonna play. That's why he signed with him, because he want to play. Now he kept his mouth shut, was being the ultimate pro. You know what I'm saying? Helping out the young kids, stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, like even Evan Fournier said, they want to play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he fell out the rotation too, like a mug.
That's what I'm saying. They want to play. Him and Rose sitting there like, man, why are we even here? Now Rose never said it because, like I said, he wanted to be the ultimate pro, be the mentor to the young people. But that don't mean that I don't want to play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you ever get a rhythm for playing if you're not playing? So when you come in the game, people are like, well, he got in the game and he only hit one shot. He played in like 20 games. So you put him in a game in the fourth quarter and he hit one shot out of 4 or 5 shots, and you like, man, that's probably why he ain't playing. Come on, man. That's just like you hoop and you hell of a hooper, you know what I'm saying, but you ain't hooped in years. So if I say, B, come on out here and hoop with us, you know what I'm saying?
Rusty.
Right. But let a couple months come past, and you've been hooping every week, twice a week. That old BC gonna come out. Mm-hmm. But I can't like, man, you know, I got my god brother, man, he gonna come out, he gonna kill y'all. And I get you out there, you ain't hooped in 3 years. They like, man, you got this bum ass nigga out here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, and we just talk about average hoopers who not a hoop around the neighborhood, shit like that. So imagine if from a professional ball player who you playing with other professional ball players. You can't put him out there and think he gonna just start killing. But I mean, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see in Memphis. He wanted to hoop. He was a pro. He did everything he's supposed to do. He didn't ask out, you know what I'm saying, just to get out of there. He stayed like he said he would. But we'll see this year in Memphis. I guarantee it's gonna be night and day.
And to kind of go back on, well, you know, we bringing up Scottie Pippen, man. Mm-hmm. Scottie tripping right now.
Yeah, man. And yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes when you're embarrassed, or sometimes when things happen like that, sometimes you just gotta allow people to laugh at you, or people to say whatever, and you do better by keeping your mouth closed, or you know, some things like that, right? Mm-hmm. I think, okay, he was hurt by some of the stuff in The Last Dance, right? I can't blame him. I can't whatever, because his side of the story was, you know what I'm saying, like he wasn't portrayed right or whatever. Okay,
how though?
I don't know, but that's how the man feels, right? Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm even okay with you coming out saying that. Man, I don't like how this was done. I'm okay with that. But furthermore, just making yourself look foolish, and then, you know, the reason I say sometimes you gotta let people laugh at you or whatever. They weren't laughing about The Last Dance stuff, but the stuff that's going on with his ex-wife. Mm-hmm. And now his ex-wife is dating Mike's son, and everything like that. The best thing Scottie Pippen could have did in that situation was just shut up. Yeah, just go away. Because you can't control what that grown woman do. That's your ex. You don't condone her. You don't condone what she's doing, but you can't stop her.
But you can't do nothing about it.
So what you do is you leave that alone. You don't say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? You don't show no ill feelings towards Mike, his kid, nothing like that. You stay out of that.
Just live your life.
And it's going to disappear.
Yeah.
You gave fuel to that. Nobody cared what that woman in Michael Jordan's son was doing. But the fact that people know you salty and you hurt and you doing whatever, now people like, oh, it's a story now. It ain't no story if you shut the fuck up.
That's all you gotta do. If you be quiet and let that shit do what it do, I tell people all the time, the best thing you can do to a motherfucker who talking shit is ignore him. That's the best thing you can do.
He ain't got nobody to argue with.
He ain't got nobody to fucking argue with at that point. He gonna eventually, or he or she gonna eventually shut the fuck up. But when you, like you said, when you say something about it, and you showing ill will and you doing all, now you just adding fuel to the fire. People be like, oh, this motherfucker salty. This motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That's why his bitch fucking, Bro, like, who gives a fuck?
You can't stop him.
Yes, that's a grown ass woman. She can fuck whoever she want to fuck. We may even look at it like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that should have been like last week news. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker would have said something about that shit and been like, yeah, oh wait, let's go on to the next shit.
Nobody would have cared that.
Dude, that shit,
you know what I'm saying?
And it keeps standing that shit too.
Yeah.
Man.
So I don't know. What's the verdict? Scotty Rose. You know what? I'm not answering. I'm leaving that to the people myself. I know I'm gonna let Nick, you know what I'm saying, answer where he wanna go with it. But I gave you my reason. I think Scotty brought so much to the table and did so much. And on the flip side, I think Rose was special.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with it. So I mean, because I'm a Rose fan, I'm always side with Rose. But because of the other factors with Scotty, I'm on the fence with it. So I really can't get a definitive answer on that because,
I got one question going out the door. I keep mentioning Rose being special, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was Rose more special than Penny?
Wow. That's a fucked up question, B. Damn. Fuck. Man, don't do that to me.
All right, we'll come back to that
shit to me.
We'll come back to that one.
Damn, what?
That's tough, though.
That's a tough ass question, bro.
Because Penny was special.
Man, Penny was tough. He was tough, bro. What Penny, like 6'7"?
Yeah, what was he listed? 6'7" or 6'8"? Let me see. Penny Hardaway.
Man, yeah, Penny was tough.
Let me see. Penny Hardaway is listed as 6'7", 215. That was his playing size.
Yeah, and he could jump out the gym, run the point, shoot that shit.
Uh-huh.
Incredible basketball IQ. Yeah, that's tough, bro.
So that's what we're trying to figure out. Who was more special, Penny or Rose? We gonna come back to that one. We gonna research, and that way I'll be able to come with mine. You come with. Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
we judge the two players that got injured early.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a tough one right there though. Like my heart gonna always side with Rose, but if I'm just being true with just being a basketball head, that's a tough question to answer. You know what I'm saying? That's super tough, bro. We're gonna have to come back on that one. Like you said, we're gonna have to do some research and watch some film and some old YouTube shits and all that and come up with something on that.
That's gonna make it harder.
I know.
Because when you start watching that old Penny shit, because we often watch Rose. I watch Rose shit often.
Yeah,
I go back and watch a lot of old games and shit just of everybody that I like or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you go back and you factor in and get to watching that Penny shit, you gonna be like, damn, that Penny did this or Penny did that or he could do this or that.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say, I can't even focus.
Right.
I just say like Rose probably one of the best finishers that I've ever seen in the league, as far as finishing around the basket. But I can't really as far as him putting him up there and saying he better than Penny, or I can't. Yeah, that's tough.
Penny better than him.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one right there.
Bringing the business, baby.
Yeah. Hey, follow us. We got our YouTube page. We got Instagram. We got TikTok, Spotify, and we working on some other stuff too. We want to be on all social media platforms. We not there yet, but we working on it. And once again, shout out to Grinders Training Academy, Dave Torres, Jesse Plunkett Jr., Mike Torres, David Torres Jr. over there, Noel Rosales over there. Like I said, man, we ain't gonna never forget about the family, man. One of the reasons why we doing what we doing, man. Dave, one of the reasons why we doing what we doing. So never forget about the family, man. So hey, shout out to them every day, all day.
Business.